Welcome to Bases Project Inventory Update. Now, since deplatforming on YouTube, we have been looking at the actual number of edits we have throughout loads and loads of hard drives over the last 2 or 3 months. Now, an increasing number of those hard drives have been very badly damaged. An increasing number of them have been damaged, or we have noticed a pattern where specific drives with certain things on them have been damaged. We have lost quite a few of the early ones, and since we have transferred shooting stuff onto hard drive media, if they go, that's it. Now I'm retaining all the damaged hard drives. If somebody can recover hard drives to a much more detailed level, there's 1 or 2 hard drives which were actually erased or reformatted, and there are some softwares which can go lower in the level of the magnetized level on the disk, and it depends whether the formatting has been a detail format, which takes quite some time, or just a format of basically the FAT, the file allocation table. Anyway, there's 1 3 terabyte drive which was not recoverable, and who knows what could be on that if you're able to do that. There is quite a list here of, so far we have lost bases 33, bases 42, 47, 51, 52, 55, 61, 66, 72, 74, 80, 81, 82, 83, 98, 99. 100 was never actually made. We had left that for some big event, and that big event had happened, but then that was sort of cancelled. So bases 100 is sort of hanging there as a number. We do have a very good, very long presentation by Steve Bassett at Belinda McKenzie's place, which he did about 10 years ago. And that's a really good lecture. We might give that a vacant bases number and sort of stick it in there with some of the ones which you haven't seen. I don't know what's happened to bases 33. We may still be able to find some of these. We've been searching like hell to get a lot of these things, so we are working on recovering the bases basic edits. Now we've got projects, we've got media on videotape which we could go back to, but there are some crucial files which during this anniversary time, which I'm not going to discuss on this basis update, but it basically we leave that for another update. Anyway, what I'd like is some feedback. What platform would you think you'd like to see bases back on? Now there's Gumtree, there's Brighteon. I'm using Brighteon from now on. All the bases lectures are going to be on Brighteon, and there's a fee on a lot of them. It's going to be $2.99. I think $1 goes to Brighteon to help them keep going. And the basic principle is people just think that because I just will record everything and shove it up on YouTube for nothing, they don't need to come to the conferences, which makes the conference and setup and the expense of doing conferences, very expensive, because I try to pay off people's costs, but in the last few I haven't been able to do that, and it's been very generous of speakers turning up, not actually asking for too much. Some speakers have to have like overnight accommodation or travel expenses, and I do try to contribute to something like that. But when you've got a very small number of people turning up and having to buy a lot of new kit to actually even do the recording, it's been very costly, and I really do need donations. If you want to help with the donations thing, I'll put the banner up now. And for donations, it's very simple. thebasesproject.org/donate. And if you wish to donate, you can use PayPal, and there's the details there, or you can do a straight transfer to the HSBC Bank, which is the business bank for MJM, which is the company I use to sort of, put all TV things out on, because that's the only way. That's part of my job type thing. Anyway, we are making progress. Now this means there's going to be a lot of videos to upload, and a lot of these are going to need trimmed because a lot of the platforms only allow certain amount of space, so a lot of them are going to be recoded so that we're going to fit on things like DTube or other platforms which really don't have a lot of space for long interviews and long things, which means big files. So do let us know where you think you'd like to see bases. Now, Kerry has been putting, her team has been putting stuff on Rumble. The ideal situation is that we have our own server and parking 8 to 12 or 15 terabytes of media on our server, and having somebody having all that accessible by people is not really viable, because the whole point is, if you're trying to, that's what happens with BitChute and organizations like that, is that they don't actually have the global distribution of servers to actually give you that on-demand file. When you want it, you just click on it and it happens. That takes a heck of a lot of servers all over the world to do that. And when you're going onto private servers, I mean, really it's only one server somewhere, and it has to go through one pipe, you know, and of course that can be very easily cut and so forth. So if you let us know on the Facebook group, or if you want to email me directly, again, I can't answer a lot of these directly. I'm overwhelmed with stuff. I only go on the Facebook page for about half an hour in the morning, and that's about it. Okay, so there are quite a few here in this list, which look as if they're toast. We're not going to get those back. Again, the use of hard drives for media means that when those drives go, you don't have the source media to try and do a re-edit, because the hard drives have failed or they're being attacked. A lot of the drives are coming up invalid, and the guy who's been doing this said this is definitely some kind of an attack. And they don't have to be plugged in, guys. You know those little things, scuttlers? It's almost as if somebody's been sitting in my edit suite and just going through things, to, you know, deleting stuff and doing it that way. That can be done remotely, and it can be done by somebody who's gained access to the house to say hi and maybe stayed here. Who knows? Okay, that's it. We are making progress on getting the edits, and eventually, when all is done and dusted on that, a few people who have helped a great deal, I'm going to give you a set of drives, maybe four terabyte drives, or whatever it is, or maybe 112 or whatever, and that's you can have that as a donation to your work and efforts over the years. Okay, that's it for now.